This is a game about murder, but it's robots, so it's okay. Welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Micro Murder, but it's robots, so it's okay. And it's by the developer, well, on here it says it's by the developer called Comet Bomb, but it's also by the developers called Tic Tac Toad, which is Comet Bomb and Ilka. I'll put all the links down below. Basically, two guys made this, and yeah, but only one person can post to the BBS on Splore. That's how it kind of works, I suppose. Anyway, let's get into it then, after we've made a complete mess of crediting the people who made this game. So, Micro Murder, but it's robots, so it's okay, is a artillery game. It's very much in the style of, well, the artillery game that I'm most familiar with, and which I imagine many people are most familiar with, is Worms by Team 17. Yes, the classic game of invertebrate-based murder, but it's invertebrate, so it's okay. Anyway, in this game, we control these rather charming robots. So, this is the title screen. We have just got one mode in this game, a kind of, what is it, deathmatch in Worms? I don't know what you call it, such. We've got very familiar settings to anyone who's played Worms before. We have got the weather. We can select how strong the wind is, how far our projectiles will be carried by the wind. I'm rubbish at this game, so I'm going to be setting that as low as possible. We can change the team size. What's the minimum? 1? Does it go up to... Oh, up to 5. There you go. And the best part is we can change our characters. So I quite like these little orange guys. They look sort of like skulls or maybe like spiders or something. I think they look pretty cool. Who do I want to fight? There's the blue beetle looking thing. Whatever that is. I think I'm going to fight the green grasshopper-y looking people. So, I'm a human, as you may have noticed. I'm the home team. We could set this as a CPU versus CPU game. That's what I did for the intro, you may have noticed. But I am a human. I want to play this game and show you it. And the enemy is a CPU. Oh, is there a how to play there? Oh, there you go. It's telling us the controls on the title screen. So, the controls in this game, they are a little bit on the fiddly side, but once you get the hang of them, it is very playable. Let's load it up. So, before we get into that, I should say, we have got, and this is incredibly impressive for a Pico 8 game, we've got the random terrain generation, which you will be familiar with if you've played Worms and other games of the like. I'm guessing most artillery games have random terrain generation. Not a massive expert in it, but anyway, this game features that also. You can put a little code in there to create a new map, or you can just mash the X key to create something at random. You can see there's quite a lot of variety in the terrains. There are the famous little tiny little 1 pixel sized islands, which will always manage to catch your bazooka shell. I want something fairly simple because I'm rubbish at this game, and I want to hopefully show you some hits and some shots, because otherwise you're going to be watching 15 minutes of me fire bazooka shells into the water. Anyway, this level looks fairly straightforward. Let's do it. So, each character seems to have its own name. This is Green Gauze. Or is that the team name? I'm not sure. Anyway, there's Yolks, which is me. There's Green Gauze. Okay, there are various weapons. The big bomb. Ooh, that's a... Yeah, the big bomb's a very dangerous one, but 7 damage isn't too bad. Okay, so, it's my turn now. I've up 30 seconds to try and explain this. We can move around with the familiar left and right. We can jump. This is all very familiar to if you've played Worms. Up and down is what we use to aim. Now, this is the thing which gets a little bit confusing. If you hold the circle key, the Z key, whatever you want to call it, it brings up this little menu here. I think actually there's a way of changing the characters there, I've just realised. Anyway, if you hold Z and press up, oh, I have to fire. No, run out of time. This isn't going to work, me explaining things whilst I'm trying to play, is it? Right, I just did nothing in my turn there, so I get a little bit of time now to explain things. So yeah, that little menu that pops up, if you hold the Z key, pressing up will cycle through the weapons. There's like, what, 5 or 6 weapons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons. Well, oh no, that's bad. No, we just lost a guy. My buffoonery did not go well there. Yeah, there's 6 weapons. You can cycle through them. You have lots of the mortar shot. That is like our bazooka, our standard weapon. So we aim with up and down, and then this is the bit which is a little bit confusing. You hold the Z key and then hold down to start firing, and then when you let go of Z, it releases the shot. A little bit counterintuitive, but you do kind of get used to it after a while. Games like this are going to struggle on Pico 8 just because of the limited controller space that is available. Yes, I know there are alternate player buttons and things, but that gets really confusing really quick. We want nice simple control schemes. Sometimes that means we have to have slightly awkward controls. Anyway, let's see if I can hit something. Now, I'm not anywhere near the enemy here, so there's no point wasting any of my good weapons. Let's just take a wild bazooka shot, or a mortar shot to use its correct term. See how far I get this time. I think I overshot last time. Okay, that was closer, but still miles away. Oh well. Yeah, much like worms, some of your little robots do spawn in rather awkward little areas. Oh, this one's going to be... Oh, that was pretty unlucky. Oh, those cluster bombs are nasty. Now, I think there's a way... Oh, maybe not. Oh, there is. I've discovered something. Look, you can look around. If you hold Z and then hold the left and right arrow keys. I never figured out how that worked. Okay, I'm in a really bad position here because I can't aim very well. So let's see if I can use the digging tool, which I believe we have. I'm sure I think that. No. Oh, balls. That's the nuke. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Can we have a do-over? Yeah, I was going to tunnel through the wall then, but, you know, this is one of these games, isn't it? This is like worms. One of the issues that you might find with this game is that the CPU can take rather a long time. You could see the little spinning icon there in the top left. That means that Pico 8 is struggling to keep up. Often, or I won't say often, frequently, the CPU can take a very long time on its turns. I'm not sure if it's hanging or whether it's just taking a especially long time to make its mind up. But that is a little bit of an issue with the game. Several comments have picked up on that. I don't think it's as bad as the comments make out. I imagine that there might have been some improvements to the code since some of them comments were made, but it does still happen a little bit, so just bear that in mind. This is a good example of this actually. This move's taken quite a while, isn't it? You can see whilst the game is kind of hanging like that, the timer doesn't count down, so some of these computer turns can take a very long time. Yes, the machines are indeed plotting. Quite a funny little way of describing what's happening here. The AI then is pretty good. I mean, Worms famously has some very wonky AI, which at times can pull shots out of thin air, which you think, how did they ever make that shot? But other times it will just fire wildly into nothingness. And yeah, the AI in this game matches that. In general, they're pretty good at hitting you. The AI is a lot better at hitting me than I am at hitting them. So the state of the AI is not holding back my enjoyment of the game. Your mileage may vary. Oh, I think we might have had an issue here where it's starting to hang. Ooh, should I restart it? Yes, I should, because I did make an impressive mess of that opening. Let's try that again, shall we? Maybe I should be a computer. Maybe that would make me look a lot more competent. We're going to fight the blue guys this time, and yeah, we want to make sure that we want it set to calm. I think 4 bots is enough. Okay, that looks a bit bumpy. Let's try and get something a bit... Oh, press the wrong button. This is going so well. This is going so well. Right, I know how to look around now, so let's look for where these guys are. They all seem to be over there. We're all over here. Right, so let's get a bit closer, and then maybe we'll be able to... I think that might be a good location. Maybe we'll be able to get a hit. Could have been worse. I didn't hit anything, but at least I didn't do anything spectacularly wrong. I feel like standing on that little island, that little floating island. Oh, the cluster bombs. I feel like that might make my robot harder to hit. We'll see. Okay, so we don't have any I'm really struggling to not say worms in this because this is just worms for me. We don't have any robot selection, unfortunately. So if you've got a robot that's in a terrible location, you're just going to have to do one of these old Hail Mary shots, which is probably going to land on one of my own guys. Managed not to do that. That's fantastic. That was a bit of a wasted turn. A little bit sad about that. Anyway, the blue techs are off. Right, so Yolks is clearly the name of the team, not my individual robot, sadly. Let's see, what's he going to do? They do love the cluster bombs, the AI. I don't think that hit anything. Okay, right, we need to spread these guys out. If you've never played a game like this before, you do not want to be having your guys all clustered together. That is a bad move because you will get hit frequently. Let's see if I can use the grenade, perhaps. Try not to embarrass myself. So this is the grenade's very similar to the grenade in Worms. It has a fuse. I think it's just set to a 3-second fuse. Yes! There we go, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, the grenade's a very good weapon. Grenade's one of the best weapons in Worms, so, you know, it still is. Oh, look, you see, they're just returning fire, look. Oh, ridiculous. Absolutely disgusting play there from the AI. Anyway, we've got a very weak little robot now. I'm not sure how much health he's got left. I think this guy might make a good sacrificial... sacrificial mover. Right, I've not used Digger, so I've no idea what's going to happen here. Okay, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Okay, so I thought that was going to be like a tunneling move. Apparently it fires through the terrain. Oh well, guess we'll live and learn. My guy didn't die, so maybe next turn I'll be able to... Well, if that hadn't happened, we could have actually got through there. Oh well. This is going really well, isn't it? If you wanted to play this game, if you're better at artillery games than I am, then, you know, go and check it out over on itch. There is the link, as usual. You can also play it on Splore, as usual. Let's try gently... No, that's not going to work. No. This game's already getting away from me. It doesn't take much. What's going to happen now? What are the blue techs going to do? I hope the AI doesn't hang again. I'm supposed to be showcasing the games here, not showing the bugs. But yes, the AI does... Oh, there we go, we're on. Oh, very aggressive. What's it doing? I do love the animation. Oh my god. I do love the animation of the little characters. The scuttling across the landscape. The starfield as well is rather nice. Gives a lovely sense of depth. Just generally just nice graphics, isn't it? Really nice looking game. Let's try... Do we have a digger again? Do we still have a digger shot? We do have a digger. Right, let's see if I can maybe make more effective tactical use of a digger. Maybe I can tunnel through this. Is that what you're supposed to do with them? I think you are. Right, I think I'm using that digger in the right way. It's supposed to kind of carve you a path, isn't it? Quite a clever little way of doing that, really. The blowtorch in Worms always used to suck. It just felt like a dead turn, didn't it? Anyway, let's see what the blue techs do. We're yeah, that defensive position that I picked was a good move. Let's have a look before we try and fire. Right, there's two of them, quite closely grouped there, but they are near the edge, so that's going to be quite hard to hit. Let's do what the computer does and try a cluster bomb. Okay, they only wow, that was that was not deliberate. That cluster bomb's only got a 1-second fuse, and that's worth bearing in mind, I think. That's a good cluster bomb. The first Worms 1, the cluster bombs in Worms 1 were incredible. Then Worms 2 came along, and subsequent Worms, the cluster bomb was nowhere near as good. It's great to see a good, strong cluster bomb back in these games. Getting slightly worried it may be hanging again. Come on, you can do it. If you have somebody to play with, then you can play this game with local hot seat style co-op, competitive, whatever you want to call it. You can play against a human player. That's where the real fun is going to be. Okay, whatever, computer. I'm not going to make too much fun of the computer there because I'm not sure I could do any better than that. Yeah, you really, to get the most out of this game, you need to be playing with a friend. That is the way to enjoy games like this, because then you can share in the wonky, complete lack of talent that you both probably have. Right, let's try a cluster again. I was running rather low on time there. Right, I don't think that achieved anything. No. A bit sad about that. Yeah, you need to play this with a friend. That's where you're going to get the real gameplay. Then you're not going to have issues of the AI hanging because there's not going to be any AI in the game. I don't even know where you'd start programming the AI for a game like this. That was if that was deliberate, that was an incredible shot. I'd be well happy making a shot like that. Right, let's use the nuke because it's so much. Actually, we've got a big bomb though. I am gonna save the nuke. Let's just try gently throwing the bomb. No, that's no good. Oh dear. Yeah, the big bomb explodes on impact. There's one of them, I can't remember which one it is, where it only explodes when it's stopped moving. Should we try the nuke? The nuke will be a lot of fun, won't it? I've only got one of them. This is like our holy hand grenade, isn't it? Oh, it's got quite a long fuse, and in the drink. That'd have been incredible, wouldn't it? Imagine if that had landed. Imagine if that had landed right in between those two guys. Imagine how good that would have made me look. But sadly, I think I'm on the way to another loss here. But if you won't be a loser if you play this game. Right, there we go. There's the lovely smooth promotion. Oh, getting closer. Still very far away though. And when I say I'm getting closer, I don't really think I'm making any progress at all, because where my shots land seems mostly based on luck. Whereas the AI are extremely capable of making direct hits. Right, let's try it again. We'll put a little bit less power in this time and then hope. Yes! Yes! Oh, that was so satisfying. Now, you see, I've got my range found now. So I know I can hit it. I know I need a little bit less power than I was putting in. Maybe I could pull it back. Anyone who's been watching these videos for any amount of time knows that I'm probably not going to pull it back. That's not how these things work. Ooh. Close. Right, we've run out of big bombs. Oh dear. Let's use our... We need to just use all the good weapons, don't we? I could try fire... Maybe I should try firing the digger through the... No, let's just stick to the cluster bomb. We know that we need a small amount of power. Oh dear, that was the cluster bomb. You don't want to fire that high, do you? See, that's part of the fun in this game. It's learning how to use the weapons. Cluster bomb, not a good one for a high shot because the fuse, the short fuse means that it isn't very effective. Oh dear. I lose another game of micro murder, but it's robots, so it's okay. Yeah, the blue techs win. Look at that lovely little windscreen there. If you're better at artillery games, or if you have a friend to play with, then you should check this game out because it's a lot of fun. All the fun of the Worm series, you just insert your favourite artillery game in there. It's that, okay? The graphics are lovely and charming. There's some cool music on the title screen. The weapons, I love the selection of weapons, really cool. That digging weapon I'm sure there's some very evil uses of that weapon, which I would like to find out. Yeah, really great selection of weapons. I love the graphics of the little robots. Let's just have another look at them. Aren't they ace? Really cool. Only the one game mode, but there is like random terrain generation, so a lot of gameplay here. You know, it's basically Worms, isn't it? You know the deal. It's great. So, if this looks like a game that you would like to play, you can play it over on itch. You can play it over on Splore as well. Check out Tic Tac Toad's other games on itch. They've got 4 games, which I think may all be Pico 8. It's hard to tell with the thumbnails, but anyway, go and check out their other games. I'm sure they're very fun. You can also follow the developers over on Twitter. I'll put the links down below. And yeah, go and check it out. Now, a word from our sponsors. It's October, which means at the end of October, it's Halloween, the spookiest time of the year. So, with my good friend A Strange Fool, I've organised a game jam called Horror Jam. It's hosted over on itch. You can join the jam. It's an unrated jam, so there's no pressure for whatever you to submit to be any good. It can be rubbish, it doesn't matter. Let's do this bit again. It's October, which means at the end of October, it's Halloween, the spookiest time of the year. Anyway, with my good friend A Strange Fool, I've organised a game jam called Horror Jam. It's hosted over on itch. You can see the link over there. Why not give it a visit? It's an unrated jam, so all you need to do is make a horror-themed, a Halloween-themed, a spooky game to submit before Halloween. That's the deadline, because then on Halloween, you can spend your Halloween night playing spooky horror games. Couldn't be better, could it? Anyway, why not go and check out the jam? I've joined it. Other people have joined it. I'm sure it'll be awesome. You don't have to make a Pico 8 game. You can make any game you want. You can work in a team if you want. It's an unrated jam, so it's all very chilled out and relaxed. Why not get... That's the shameless self-promotion over for now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you again very soon.